The state of U.S. trade relations is in flux ahead of this August 1st deadline. Remember, this is when Trump has pledged to reimpose his so-called reciprocal tariffs on any nations that do not come to a trade agreement with him.
The big money will start coming in on August 1st.
There have been a flurry of them leading up to this August 1st deadline. We saw deals in Southeast Asia, with the Philippines, with Indonesia, with Vietnam.
That's a lot of deals. Even if you're like me, a deal junkie, that's a lot of deals.
We've seen a deal with the European Union that Trump arrived at with EU leadership at his golf course in Scotland. We saw him seemingly dash any hopes of a deal with India, saying that they would be subject to a 25% reciprocal tariff, despite months of talks that Trump has repeatedly said were going very well.
We're talking to India now. We'll see what happens. It doesn't matter too much whether we have a deal or whether we charge them a certain tariff, but you'll know at the end of this week.
We expect some more deals that could be announced before this August 1st deadline, but Trump has been firm, saying that deadline will not be extended. So it looks like we are going to see some tariffs imposed on that day. China is on a little bit of a different track here from the rest of the world's nations when it comes to these so-called reciprocal tariffs. The tariffs stand at about 50 to 55%, depending on the product that's coming from China. But there's a deadline on this, like there's a deadline on all of these negotiations. As opposed to August 1st, their deadline is August 12th. The US and Chinese delegations just wrapped up 2 days of meetings aimed at extending that deadline, probably for another 90 days is the idea. They need more time to talk about further trade issues and really avoid a kind of escalating trade war that we saw just a few months ago. If they can't come to an agreement, if Trump does not extend the Chinese tariff deadline, on August 12th, we are looking at probably tariffs on China jumping from 50 to 55% up to 80 to 85%.
To tamp down that rhetoric, the meetings were very constructive. We're just that we haven't given the sign off.
Should Trump decide to extend this tariff deadline for China, I think you're just seeing more continuation of the status quo. You're going to see them try to keep a lid on this relationship and hopefully not do anything to spark a further escalation in the months to come. When all of this is said and done, US tariffs are going to be significantly higher at the end of this process than when Trump came into office. And so all of the noise and the back and forth shouldn't distract from that larger view that US tariff rates are going up, we are becoming a more protectionist economy. That is really the central policy goal here from the Trump administration, and they're doing it.